So there was a double booking out there in time when I was supposed to speak, so we wanted to move it to today. Congratulations to the Rotarians that are all here. I'm not as smart as Jim on retiring. It was 2 years ago. I think this week I retired from Masaba, and here I am at the chamber, so I have to learn.
That may still happen.
Yeah. So with that, we'll take about 15 minutes max, so hopefully everybody's still awake and can go. But we want to talk, you may have gotten a mail or heard about Grow Vermillion, so we're going to just fill you in a little bit what that is. You do have a pamphlet on your table. Notice the nice little artwork that we have of the community. So again, our mission at the Chamber is to serve the Vermillion area and businesses grow and prosper, and we like to connect, grow, and lead. 2 upcoming events. Everybody in this room or all your friends are invited tomorrow for the public kickoff, Grow Vermillion. It's our capital campaign. 4 o'clock OLC upstairs. Yeah, beverages and appetizers trying to entice you, so show up. The other one is a very interesting topic. Next Thursday, 9/12, we're going to talk on IM28. We have Nathan who wrote the bill coming, or excuse me, we have Rich who wrote the bill coming and Nathan who is opposed to it. We have a great monitor in Greg Thompson. Be educated, keep it on task, but it's just factual. I think there'll be quite a bit of attendance, and it's at the Dakota Center, and just trying to people understand ramifications if it goes one way or the other. So I want to make you aware. So with that, now we're going to move to some accomplishments we showed you before that the Chamber's done. So our community, Vermillion's grown 10.7% over the last 10 years, or 5 years, county 9.4. We have Bliss Point development. There are 128 lots. We have 19 remaining. So that's what previous capital campaigns have helped. We have many new businesses and business expansions. We can show you a list if you want. We're working on some anemones and new events. So in September we'll have Oktoberfest we brought back. Anemones, we're working with the city and some other people to maybe, a little controversy, get some 4 pickleball courts down at Cotton Park and 2 tennis courts. Depends where you want to put it in town. We were fortunate to receive child care grants that we've talked about before. So we've added a total of about 54 slots, 21 more to come. So 20% we've increased child care. A lot is with Boys and Girls Club partnerships. We'll have a big celebration in October. We'll invite everybody to. We'll have, it's been transformational at some of those places. Does anybody live out Bliss Point area? So do you drive by Children's Center and Family? That is probably the biggest exterior transformation. If you saw the new playground equipment, the little kid playground preschool at the new Vermillion Elementary, we were able to support that with money from GOED. So a lot of things we have been able to accomplish as a community child care, and going forward we're going to have a coalition working on that. So we just want to share those things, but we wanted to look back to now we got to look where we're going. So our co-chairs for this campaign is Taylor, Veronica, and Joe. We know most of those. We're trying to get Taylor to be a member if Russ can ever swing him to get into Rotary. In this room or in the literature, there's many folks that are helping us on the campaign. We have Deb, Finance Manager. So if you see fit today to fill out the form, I think Huck did, just bring it to her. We have Adam Chandler, Jesse, Kevin, Damon, anybody else I miss? But others are on the team. So if you sign up today, then we don't have to come and ask you to invest in your community going for the next 5 years. So we want to raise $1.5 million in about the next 12 weeks, and that's good for 5 years. We like to do it every 5 years, so this is the 4th campaign, but we rebranded it from Vermillion Now to Grow Vermillion. And we waited, there was about a year in there, we had to do some internal operation work or whatever, because we really should have done it last year. So what are we going to do with this money? This money is used not day-to-day operations, it's used for our longer-term strategic goals. And I'd like to thank everybody in this room that has given in the past, those I want to thank you that are going to see fit to give in the future. So we want to develop land going east, right, towards Coffee Cup, if land comes available, and then north across the highway for residential. We want to work on something like Bliss Point. We want to find that over 55 community, there's a need. We want housing stock to grow various levels of price points, if we can, whatever is reasonable. And then we want to get some grant funds. We haven't been successful to rehab some housing. So that's what we're going to try to do with that money. Of the 1.5, 800 goes to housing solutions. Any questions? And on our VCDC board, we have Jesse. So we tap somebody who has more intimate knowledge on the housing markets in town and our other realtors and builders, but Jesse's our main contact. Workforce talent. So how do we attract, recruit, retain in our community? Some of this could be USD students. It's a hard number to get. How many stay here? How do we get more high school students to stay here, work in the trades? You know, how do we get, it's really growing the population. We want to extend daycare options. We just showed you how we increased 20+% in childcare. We have some new options we're going to roll out probably first of the year for the in-home, just registered childcare folks that we can do. You know, how do we leverage the trades, like we said, and raise awareness? There is careers, various levels in Vermillion. So last week, Les Schwab relocated 2 people to Vermillion. So yes, they're going to open soon, probably about a month. They moved their general manager from Colorado, and they moved their assistant general manager from California. They brought 6 children. So Damon, that's 6 more in your school district. 5 are here already. He likes that. So we grew our children in the school district over the last 5 years. It's like about 135 students. So that means we get funding to keep teachers and improve education, everything we're doing. Also within daycare, we have a big thing on quality of daycare, how we did that, but we'll talk on that later. So as we grow our community, right, we get more options for people to join Rotary. We have more folks, options to use all the services you provide as bankers and financial planners and just businesses in town. And then the other one, let's support projects for quality of life. Okay, we want to, transportation is still an option there. Housing affordability, I don't know what that is anymore, but we'll continue to work. We want to do more things, arts and culture. So like we're bringing back that Oktoberfest event at the end of September. You'll hear more on that. Parks and Recs, we've given them some money back from our campaign to help Jack Powell edition, or we'll give them some funds maybe to help what they want to do if they need it down on where we want to put the pickleball courts. And then we want to bring more events, entertainments. Has anybody driven up and down 29 recently? Jefferson has a new billboard up. Has anybody seen it? And there's a couple other ones. So we're trying to, don't just say Vermillion's on exit 26. What can we do to get people excited to come to our town? So that's what we're going to do with the funds. So how are we going to measure that and give you feedback? Well, we want to grow labor force 1% annually. So we just try to simplify things, make sure they're quantifiable, measurable. Can we grow our population 1.5% annually? If we go housing, we always hear there's not housing. How can we fill the workforce at Mesaba where they need 25, 30 people? Let's grow housing 20+ single family homes and 20+ multifamily beds. You know, we're working with things with the university and their foundation to get some more housing for the university. And then we want to grow childcare by 10. So we can measure benchmarks quarterly, and we'll give feedback as we go through the next 5 years. Anybody have questions thus far? Everybody's awake. A couple of you are writing, so thank you in advance. And that's it. So the brochure we have highlights who's on the team, takes you through these goals, lists our accomplishments in the past, communicates some of the businesses we brought, has a pledge form on it. But if you're like me, my eyes aren't that good, so then I did hand out a bigger pledge form. And you can write it one time. You can do it over 5 years. For those that want the tax deduction, we have Missouri Valley Growth. Adam's on the board. Liaison is Deb. So that's tax deductible, 501c3.
Nick's on.
And Nick's on the board. Excuse me, Nick. He left, that's why. So you can use that. And everybody's financial situation is different. But let's put it in perspective. $1.40 a day investing in our community for the next 1865 days is $2,500. But everybody, some have little kids, some have life changes, some are retired, so I get it. So if you just think, is it worth investing, we'd appreciate it. And then if you look at the next slide, shows how we're going to recognize people at the different levels. So you get a great Grow coffee mug. Everybody's going to want that, so everybody should contribute something. But if not, so we want to make you aware. What is Grow? It's our 5-year capital campaign. We're going to, we only ask in about the next 14 weeks. And just think, you may have neighbors, friends, suppliers, other partners that may want to see it worthy to invest. And we're really just doing good things for the community. Working with the city closely, the county and other partners. We know we have to do housing. We know we want to grow the population, so we have to find land. We want to increase the workforce. We want to have fun. So how do we get different things to do in our community? We are doing, no outside firm is assisting with this, assessing anything, doing any asks, so it's all internal with the chamber. Yes, we pay for some shirts or an event or two, our brochures, but it's all internally this time, whereas last time we may have used a consultant. In the past, they use a consultant. So hopefully everybody's going to go away. You know what Vermillion Grow is. If you're hungry tomorrow, you're going to show up, because we're rising to new heights. That's why we're on the top of LLC, right? We can't go much higher than that in town. So. But thanks for listening. If you see fit to contribute or have questions, see one of our team members in the room. That's it. Anything? No questions. I'm amazed. So, yes, sir.
You talked about the over 55.
Yep.
Does that include assisted living? Because that's where we're really short in this town.
We're really short in that, retirement homes, but we're just saying over 55. I'd have to defer. We've talked to Veronica with, she's a co-chair, what's realistic for our town and can they do? So I defer to them on the economics and how you make it work. But it has been talked about. So, good question. Anything else? Okay, have a great day. And I say every day is a good day when we know Kathleen Chandler's here taking care of us.